Hello YouTube, this is Stevie the Scotsman. Today I just want to basically show you how to take care of the most common issue on a lawnmower carburetor so you can be back up and running. I'm going to throw in a little bit of theory there so you can get an understanding how this device works. So first of all, here is a carburetor. You can see it consists of a float. Here's the inlet with the fuel. At the side you have a choke. Sorry about the crappy shadows. Here you have pretty much a throttle valve, and at the base here what you have, this is basically the fancy term is an emulsion tube, and you have a little jet, like an orifice here that will actually screw into here. Now the reason I got a bit of fishing wire here is I just want to show you the diameter of this hole. It is tiny, and typically guys, this is what happens. People will leave the gas in their carb, it will varnish up, that will become blocked. What I'll suggest is I just use the wire from a steel brush, like one bristle off of this thing, and run it through. It is very small. This is 30,000 welding wire that I use for MIG welding. This is too thick. You have to be very careful with this thing. Now you can buy a carburetor for a lawnmower for about 15 bucks. So if you want to buy the carburetor, go ahead. But you know, in my case, I'd actually done that. I replaced the carburetor because I needed to get it up and running. But this will do me as a spare. So you have two choices. You can go on eBay, buy one for like 15 bucks, or you can just take this course of action, repair it. I know there could be 101 things wrong with this, but this is the most common. I mean, you can see this jet is like, I don't know, I want to say it's like 15-20 thou. I mean, it's tiny, so if you have any blockage in there, it's not going to be able for the fuel to flow. So let me just give you the Reader's Digest on how a carburetor works. Sorry for the crappy drawings, and I know you probably your 3-year-old at home can do better, but hey, I'm a big believer in, like, it's one good thing to know how to fix something, but if you have an understanding how this thing works, then it certainly helps. So what we have here on this carburetor, this is kind of like a view here. You have the float, and this emulsion tube, which I've explained earlier. Now air comes in here. This is the choke, which is a valve. This is a butterfly valve, just like a throttle. And this fuel air mixture will then go to the inlet manifold. So here's the sequence of events. You pull on the starter, your piston goes down, typically on a 2-stroke engine. It will actually suck in air from here, which is atmospheric, down through this carburetor and into the intake manifold. Now on a carburetor, there's a restriction in the airflow we call the venturi, and what that will do is it's like putting your finger over the end of a hose. By creating that restriction, basically you get higher, the air will flow at a higher velocity, which will cause a low pressure. Now what this low pressure will do, it will basically suck up fuel from this emulsion tube, which is here. So what you have, guys, you basically have air that's atmospheric, a low pressure here, and it's actually, the air is actually forcing that fuel up into here. It's combining with the air here, it's being vaporized, and it's then being sucked in to the intake. And obviously the valve here, the butterfly valve here, which I'll show you here, will basically control the amount of fuel and air, which will affect the RPMs on the engine. Now this is a little bit of a simplification, but I don't want to go down into too much detail. I know time is precious. So the bottom line is that if you go through and clean all these orifices with carburetor cleaner, what I'll tend to do as well, the float, I'll put the float in a body of water just to make sure that there's no leaks. But 99 times out of 100, what will be the problem? This little hole here will be blocked. So you just go in there, clean it out with a little bristle, go in there, run it through with a, I think this is like 20-30 pound line, fishing line, put it back together, and you will be back to the races. This is a basic car. This is a HUAYI, Highway, of a self-propelled lawnmower. Model 1P65F is the carb. So I'll probably do more videos. I have a motorcycle, ice auger, and I'll probably strip them down, but I just want to give you guys a heads up. So this is certainly the most common problem. Sorry about the IM3 diagrams, but hey, I hope it helps you. While I'm here, I'll just give you a little bit more information and I'll let you get back to your life. So obviously this is the fuel inlet here, as we've explained. Now, this lever here, this is connected to the engine, and under load it will vary the throttle. There's a device called a governor detected that's basically attached to this. It's like a mechanical device, and it's like a centrifugal force. So the faster the engine's going, the more load on the engine. This will actually inject more fuel. So you guys can go to Wiki, look under governors, but at least hopefully this will give you an idea of a carburetor on a lawnmower and how to fix it. So hey, like I said guys, this is not professional productions, but like I keep saying, if you watch my other videos, I just want to help one person. If this has helped one person, then hey, I'm a happy bunny. So alright, this is Stevie the Scotsman signing off. All the best. Cheers.